Oh, no, 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 don't be scared. I am not a wrestler. I am not a demon. I am not Blue Demon. I am just... Alex from Puppetit Entertainers, and first of all I want to say thank you to the Embassy of Mexico here in London, to the Consulate of Mexico in London, for inviting me to tell you this fabulous story in this Day of the Dead. So, this is a story for your kids to enjoy. If you have little kids, come over here, tell them to come so that they can enjoy it. You have medium-sized kids, tell them to come anyways. If you don't have kids, don't worry, you can stay here and enjoy as well. And today we're going to tell you, as I said, a story about Day of the Dead. And the Day of the Dead is a very, very important date for us in Mexico. And, well, not everyone is very fond of it because it can be a little bit scary. And it's just what happened to our friend in this story. But okay, let me start with the story and then you will know what it is about. Okay. Before we start, I need you all to close your eyes, because this happened a long time ago in Mexico. So close your eyes. Imagine that you are there in your favorite little town in Mexico. If you don't know any city, any town, any little pueblo in Mexico, just imagine there is a very small road there. You can see some grass, some trees. There are some horses, donkeys, little piggies, and in a very, very tiny corner there is a small house. And in this tiny house, inside, there is the little boy that I'm going to tell you the story about. His name is Francisco Genaro Rigoberto Ortega de la Bombilla. And he's de la Bombilla because that's the name of her mother. She was de la Bombilla, so he is de la Bombilla. Just because it is. But, as it's a very long name, we will know him as Panchito. And Panchito, he was 6 or 7 years old when this story happened. He was really scared of the Day of the Dead. Why? Well, because he felt that it was quite weird. Imagine that a day where all the dead rise, they come to your house, they are walking around, they eat the food, and then he was really scared that one of them would just pull his legs while he was sleeping or scare him away. So he was really scared of the Day of the Dead. He didn't want the Day of the Dead to come. So when it was September, October, he started getting really worried. That year, at the mid of October, he had an auntie, and auntie called him to come to his house to help her prepare some of the food that they were going to put in the ofrenda. Because the ofrendas are very important. We need to put our ofrendas so that the dead can eat some of the food together and we can share in that party. So he went with his auntie. His auntie's name was Isela Guadalupe Maria de la Bombilla, because she was de la Bombilla. But we will call her Tia Cheli. And Tia Cheli told him to help her cook all the food. So they were there preparing the stuff. And Panchito didn't really want to cook because he was really scared. So he was there in a corner, just like that. And Tia Cheli told him, well, what's happening to you? Why are you so scared? Oh, Tia, because, you know, the Day of the Dead is really scary. Imagine if someone comes and all the dead people around and they can pull my legs and... Ah! Okay, so Tia Cheli told him, all right, I'm going to tell you something. I am going to invite a little friend so that she can tell you how things really are and that you are not scared anymore. How about that? Panchito was like, okay, let's do it. How do I do it? Okay, this is very easy, told the auntie. The only thing that you need to do is call her out loud, very, very loud. Her name is Cata. Cata? Yes, Cata. She's my auntie Cata, and you're going to call her and she's going to tell us, Auntie Cata, but she might be too old, isn't she? Oh, no, she's dead. And she will come and she will tell you the story. The dead Auntie Cata? Yes, don't worry. Just close your eyes and say Cata very, very loud when I count to 3. Okay. And he closed your eyes. Close your eyes too, and you can say Cata when I count to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cata! And then he said Cata. Everyone was screaming very loud, and something happened. He opened his eyes. He started feeling something on his hair, like they were trying to comb his hair. And he said, Auntie, are you touching my hair? And she was on the other side cooking. No, I'm over here. So he turned around and he looked at Cata. She started running away. He went all the way out to the garden, stood in the corner and started eating his fingers. That's the time when he noticed that there were not his fingers. There were Auntie Cata's fingers. Auntie Cata was there, a little Caterina that appeared everywhere. So her body was on this side, and he could see just a little head floating on the other side. He was super scared. Are you a ghost? Of course I'm not a ghost. I'm your Auntie Cata. Auntie Cata? Yes, of course, I'm your Auntie Cata, and I came here because you called me to tell you about the Day of the Dead. Well, what can you say? Ah, I see that you're scared. Well, yes, I am scared. I've never talked to a dead skull or person, even though it's candy. Well, let me tell you what really happens right there in the realm of the dead. Okay, so when we go there, it is not as sad as you might think. It is just a big party. And in this big party, we can go around, be with all the people from our family that have already passed. We can play around, talk, chat, enjoy. We can hit our piñatas, eat some candies and sweeties and chocolates and everything that we like. But there is one special day in the year that we are looking forward to. The Day of the Dead. Because that's the day that we can cross to this realm. We can come together with the family that is still living, and we can share with them a little bit of what was and a little bit of what would be. So you're not going to pull my legs when I'm sleeping? Of course not. We are there just to sit around with you, to remember you so that you remember us as well. And we're going to eat together, enjoy, party together. And once all of that happens, we will just take the sweetness of the love that you're giving us, and we can go back and rest for the rest of the year until we see you again. Well, that sounds okay. So, if you can go and help your auntie cook the food for us, it would be great. Remember to put something sweet, because we love sweet things all the time. And while he was talking, he felt that the little hair thing that was doing around here just disappeared. And then the head disappeared. And then everything was gone. He just ran back. Auntie, I just saw Auntie Cata, and I told her. And he told her everything that she had told him. And she said, okay, so are you going to help me cook this food or not? Of course I am. But we need to do something sweet, Auntie. Oh, of course we will do. So they took a big bowl. They started putting some flour in it. Then they put some eggs, a little bit of orange essence, and some other things that I don't know about. They started mixing it over, mixing, until they had this very squishy paste. And they formed it in a little circle. And Panchito was, why are we making a football? Or half a football? No, that's not a football. We're doing the sweetest bread in the whole world. Sweet? Yes, the sweetest bread in the whole world. It's called pan de muerto. And how do we do it? Well, we put this little bowl. Then I need you to take a little bowl, form it in your hand and put it on top. That is going to be the head and the heart of our bread. Okay. Then I need you to take some of them and roll them into little sticks as if they were bones. Bones? Yes, bones. We're going to put the bones on each of the sides, making a cross marking the north, the south, the east and the west. And it's also forming all the path straight from the bread to our heart and to the head and to everything that is and that will be. So they started making these little breads. They put some sugar on top and they put it in the oven. And some days later, well, if you do it, don't put it for days, because if you put it there for some days, then it's going to burn. But some days later, they came out with these very nice pieces of bread in their ofrenda. They put them right there for all the dead to enjoy. They enjoyed with them, they partied together, and they had a great time. And Panchito was never ever else afraid, because he knew that all the people around and all the dead that came on that day were celebrating not only their lives, but everything that had happened in their families and everything that will happen later on after they pass and they move on. So, I hope that you enjoy this story and enjoy preparing some pan de muerto for this ofrenda. If you don't know how to do it, you can search for a little thing or you can try to buy it somewhere around and enjoy this fantastic day that we celebrate all together, the Day of the Dead, with a lot of food, with a lot of party and with a lot of happiness. that is what all the people that are already on the other side do deserve. This was Alex from Puppetit Entertainers, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye! Bye-bye!